President Kennedy promised the mothers of America that their sons and daughters in the Peace Corps would be well taken care of, and he sent 50 young public health service officers to make sure that this happened. I was assigned to northern Somalia in Hargeisa. Somalia was a beautiful country, but I soon found that it was filled with tuberculosis, and all the varieties that you don't see in the U.S. were present. This is a child with Pott's disease and a multi-drug resistant tuberculosis case long before this became an international problem. Transportation was not easy, but I had about 2/3 of my time left after taking care of the 100 Peace Corps volunteers, and I started a tuberculosis survey of the northern half of Somalia. We implemented a plan of the World Health Organization to do tuberculin tests in 4,700 people across the north. The results were that more than 80% of adults over the age of 15 were positive. By this time, I was completely in love with Somalia and with public health epidemiology, and I applied to NIH for a job, which turned out to be in Hawaii. My boss, Leon Rosen, was an expert virologist and epidemiologist, and I quickly learned to collect mosquitoes. We demonstrated that there had been no dengue in New Caledonia since World War II. My next project was to examine the 5,000 cases of diarrhea that occurred every year at Clark Air Base in the Philippines. The air base, like John Snow's London, had several water supplies, and it was a perfect place for prospective study. But 18,000 IBM cards, 3 years of microbiology, and finally feeding the stools to human volunteers did not demonstrate an organism. A test for E. coli enterotoxin developed during these studies became something of a standard in microbiology labs. To complete my requirements for the General Preventive Medicine Boards, I needed an MPH, so it was off to Boston, where I edited the class yearbook and did some more microbiology and got a job. The job was in West Nile, Uganda, with an NIH-sponsored study of Burkitt's lymphoma and Epstein-Barr virus. The plan was to take blood specimens from 35,000 children and wait until a few of them had acquired Burkitt's lymphoma, after which their paired sera could be studied for Epstein-Barr antibodies. There were interviews of cases and controls, nutritional study of a selected population, and studies of food supplies. While I was there, I saw cases of many exotic tropical diseases: Kaposi sarcoma, guinea worm, yaws, onchocerciasis. Notice the itchy, roughened skin. A tumor caused by infection and chronic irritation. Kwashiorkor in a child who was probably fed mostly on cassava. Here's a case of Burkitt's lymphoma and another case. Often the tumors are in the jaw, but they can be in any organ. The water supply of one of the cases. And here's a local meat market. We published a study on needle aspiration of Burkitt's lymphoma with photomicrographs taken right at the Mission Hospital. During all this time, the newspaper was getting more and more scary, and Idi Amin came to give a speech at a local hospital opening. I completed my one-year contract, but it seemed like a good time to move on. So I was offered a position at the Harvard School of Public Health studying dorsal root ganglia and varicella virus, which I accepted.